After many of you have watched MSDOSSARY play in previous years and in this current year, a lot of recommendations have come through for me to actually explain how he presses in FIFA 22, and it's actually quite a similar technique to how I personally defend in FIFA 22. So I thought, what not a better opportunity to explain to you guys what I personally do, because I know it's quite similar to the king himself.
Griezmann, 3 men around him to somehow find some space. Ronaldo, fantastic, opening the drive back.
He's made himself the tiniest bit of space.
Almost feels like a bit of a taunt. Didn't really go for him. Oh! The display there is absolutely ridiculous. The Elastico on the goal line. On the goal line, the finest.
We
of
talked about
margins.
AUSSIEFIFA. He's not here to make up the numbers.
What you will notice with MSDOSSARY and the way he defends and presses is the fact that he will always constantly switch to multiple defenders at once to position them and press the opponent. He's not just controlling one defender, he's controlling multiple at once, and the way he does that is with right stick switching. If you don't know how that's done, type in AUSSIEFIFA right stick switching tutorial, lads, there's plenty on the channel. Basically what he's doing is using right stick switching, where you flick the right stick towards the player you want to basically position, let's say 3 or 4 players at once around the player to basically press him. Another technique he is doing is using second man press to do so. So he's pressing the opponent. He's also using second man press to basically allow another player that he is controlling to press the attacker with the ball. What this means is, if you can control at least 3 or 4 players at once, you can select one defender, rush him towards the attacker, then switch off him, use second man press to press with the player you originally selected. Then obviously with the second player you now have selection of, you can run towards the attacker, and as he gets close as well, you can then switch off him to a third player, let's say, and then begin to press the opponent. And what he is doing is constantly doing this. He's flicking the right stick towards a defender to basically position them, press them, and especially with second man press this year, he's able to win the ball back quite effectively in these situations. The way you want to think about it is basically he's not letting his opponent breathe. He doesn't want his opponent to have any time on the ball or even have time to think what he's going to do in his attack. As you can see, personally I do this, or at least attempt to do this, to the actual caliber that MSDOSSARY does, but he's the king, man. I don't think anyone can trump the way he presses. However, the way I'm doing it is similar. I'm basically switching to multiple defenders at once, then pressing the opponent who has the ball, switching off one of the defenders to then second man press with that defender, then obviously running towards the attacker with the other defender I have, and then switching between all 3 players to basically press my opponent and not allow him any time on the ball. One thing I do want to say though is, if there is any players making a run, that's important that you track them, okay? And you won't always be able to be in this situation where you're pressing with 2 to 3 players at once. You will have to track runs, because this is number 1, the most important thing you should be doing in FIFA 22. There you have it, lads. There is a quick summary of how MSDOSSARY defends in FIFA in general, and I say FIFA because he's done it for many years previous, and I've attempted to adapt his way of defending. And of course, lads, I've got quite good at it. As I said, there's no way I can get as good as the king himself. But that will signal at the end of it, lads. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm coaching one-on-one on patreon.com. Link is in the description down below if you want private coaching with myself. I'm also doing tutorials on Instagram and TikTok. Keep in touch with me over there, lads. Also, post exclusive content, AUSSIEFIFA content, the gym progress, the no money spent progress, whatever it is. So go and check that out, lads. But as always, I hope you have a good day. I'm out. Sayonara, au revoir, adios, salam, ciao. Goodbye.